everyone, it's Jane. Welcome back to this Silhouette Studio tutorial. I fancied a little bit of drawing, and yesterday while I was cutting out my December daily album, I remembered I did this tree a while ago, and I thought I'd show you how I did it. Quite a little versatile thing. You could use it for cards, cutouts, all sorts of things. This is the original one, and the one I won't be able to draw it exactly because I can't remember the sizes, so we'll just start afresh, but that gives us an idea of what we're aiming for. Let's put Snap to Grid on, and you'll also need your line style and your fill panel open, and we're going to start by drawing a polygon. Also, put Snap to Grid on. It's under the little grid squares option on your page setup. And I'll start where two heavy lines intersect. And if you want to use the same measurements, I've got my spacings at 1 inch with divisions of 8. So to start, we'll click once and then just have a guess. I'm 1, 2, 3 and 3 out, I think. 3 little squares. And then that would be the middle. So I want to be 2 to the side, 1 below there, which means no sense really if you can't actually see these grid lines. And then we want to be 1, 2 across again. And 1, 2, 3, and up. Now, I don't think my tree trunk is quite wide enough really, so I'm going to double click and just move these points across one, like so. And I might even make it just a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah. Click out. I'm going to duplicate that so that I've got a background, so I can change that to black. And I can move it across here. And then I've got my solid background. You'll see why shortly. I'm going to turn Snap to Grid off now. I don't need it. Select my tree and open my offset panel, and I want an internal offset with square corners, and I think I did this at about 100 or 0.1 of an inch, and I'm going to click apply, and I'm going to change that to black so that I can see it. Then I'm going to draw around both shapes, open my modify panel and click subtract so that the frontmost shape, the black, cuts a hole in the white shape behind. And now I've got my tree outline. I can now close that for now, I don't need it. And I'm also going to close my offset panel because I don't need that either. Now I'm going to draw the ribbon for the baubles to hang from. And for this, I'm going to just use a black line. So I'm going to click the colour black. Oh, it's changed that, hasn't it? Let's put that back. Don't change line colours when you actually have a shape selected. So I want black, and I want to draw a curve shape. And then I want also to change my line thickness to 6.5. And I want an end cap that's, I think I'll go for round actually. I think round will be okay. And then I'm just going to start either edge of the tree shape and draw a sort of a zigzag. We'll be editing it so it doesn't have to be perfect. And down we go, and let's do one more, and click. Now, so that you're not going to carry on drawing a shape here, when the node is red like that, double click and it will end the shape and you'll just have the curvy line. Now we need to double click to open point editing so that we can edit the points to make this curve. And each of them needs to be a corner so that we can move the blue handles individually. In fact, let me zoom in so we can see what we're doing, shall I? You can see these little blue handles, and let's see if we've got a blue handle here. We have, look, it's there. And you just want to fiddle around, making sure that you're on the white either side, and then it's all personal preference. Just do what looks right to you, and you can spend as little or as long on this part as you like. I'll try and do it relatively quickly because otherwise you'll be bored. So I'll just keep grabbing my little handles, making sure I'm where I want to be. Let's pull this one in, change it to a corner, bring the handle down. I'm just looking to make it look relatively smooth. That's all. It doesn't have to be perfect. After all, what Christmas tree is perfect? I mean, ours is pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's perfect. And then let's grab that handle and pull this one down. And then we want to change this one to a corner. And grab the blue handle and pull it across. Have you got your tree up yet? My husband did ours yesterday, and I have to say it does look nice. I'm not very good at taking photos of it, otherwise I'd show you one. Perhaps I'll stick one at the end. There's my handle all the way over there, so let's just pull that down like so. And I want to move that up just a little bit. Make it curved. What do you think? Do you think that will do? I think so, don't you? This one's not right though, that's better. Yeah, there we go. I think that will do nicely. So once you're happy, change back to your selection tool and then grab your black lines and just move them away from your tree for the moment and open the trace window. Because this is a line and a black line, we can't actually cut the thickness of it, so we need to trace it. So we'll select our trace area, and I just went up a little bit until it looked relatively smooth. 60 will do. Go to outline, and then see there, that's perfect. Yeah, I like that. And click trace. And now I can get my cut lines. We can go back up here to our tree and put these back in position where it overlaps the white tree outline. And when it's selected, fill it with white. Then draw around both shapes, and up here on the toolbar you can use the Weld selected shapes into one shape. And now I've got my tree outline with my string for the baubles. I can close my trace window, I can close point editing because I don't need that anymore either. And now we need the baubles, and for that it's going to be a circle. We need to take our line thickness down to 0 again and change our colour back to red because we're going to want these cutting, and make sure our fill is still white. And then hold down your shift key and draw a circle. And I do it in the tree just to see what sort of size, and I think we'll go for that. That's about 0.195 it says, but you can just gauge it by eye. And then manoeuvre it so that it's overlapping the string or the ribbon where you want your baubles. And then I cheated. I'm going to copy and paste, and then use my duplicate window and then select them, duplicate again, pull them down, duplicate again, pull them down, and I'll duplicate again just in case. And now I've got lots of circles that I can just drag into position. And it's then a case of what you think looks good. So for instance, you might think you can fit 2 there. I don't like that, so I'm going to just do 1 and move it to about there. Then grab another one, put that there. Grab another one, put that there. Always making sure that I overlap the red line where the ribbon would be if it was actually holding these baubles. And because it's not a real one, I can hang them any old way I like, even going the opposite way, and just space them out until I think it looks alright. So I'll put that one there, and we'll have another one on the top there. And then grab this one, and this one, and this one, and then we'll have another one there. And then let's grab one for there. And the only decorating a tree was actually this simple. We'll put that one up there. That one will just fit there without, and this one I can move over just a little bit. Let's move that one just a little bit, and let's move that one a little bit. I think that will do. Quite like that. It's not bad, is it? See, this is trouble. I get all perfectionist about it and start moving them. I ought to just leave it because it's not bad. That will do. So let's just get rid of our extra ones that I don't need. And then select the tree again, and again use Weld selected shapes, and then all our little baubles will be joined to the ribbon. And there we go. If I fill that with black now, you can see it more clearly. And that's your basic tree cut file. If I zoom out, if I turn it back to white, you can see I've saved that. So that means when I put these together now, oops, I always manage to grab that centre. If I put those together and use this tool, it'll centre them. So I've got my solid background if I want to use it, and my white cut file. Well, you can cut it from any colour, of course. So here I did quickly a couple of others that earlier, and you could put it on red card and cut out the white triangle and your white tree, or you could cut the red triangle out of card and raise it up on some foam squares if you wanted to add dimension. Here's a green one, just for contrast. Here's my December daily album that gave me the idea of making this little video. It's 5 by 5 inches with black base pages. Then I made the white cover with a border, and I did the tree and the lettering, and then thought to myself, well, let's have a little bit of interest. So I did a lattice around it too, and it all cuts as one piece because I'm not very good at fiddling and putting pieces of paper together, as you know. It's actually cut quite well. I can't actually show you a photo of it yet because I haven't put the cover together properly. The lettering wasn't as clear as I might have liked. It might be that the font is just a little bit too fiddly, or maybe a bit too small. I haven't had much success with cutting letters. I don't do a lot of it because I know I'm not very good at it. So you might be better. And because I wanted the letters, the M, the B, E and R to be joined to the whole thing, I just put an extra line in along the base of the tree so that it came across. So I hope I've given you a few ideas of how to use this simple tree outline with some baubles. I haven't done anything particularly creative, and I'm sat looking at this now and I'm thinking, ooh, Nuvo drops in different colours on the baubles, or enamel dots if you made them the right size, or you could colour them or watercolour them. I mean, actually, there's all sorts of things you could do with this very easy, simple design. Until I see you next time, when I'll try and think of something else interesting to show you, take care and I'll see you soon.